We welcome Pope Francis to the United Arab Emirates for his historic visit in the Year of Tolerance.
Welcome.
Binasvenit.
Swagat hai.
Año.
Benvenuto.
Maligayang pagdating.
ยินดีต้อนรับค่ะ
نرحب بزيارة البابا فرانسيس لدولة الإمارات.
Pope Francis has arrived in the United Arab Emirates. It is the first time that a pope has ever visited the Muslim-majority kingdom. Guards on horseback escorted Francis to the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi's palace, while military aircraft flew over, trailing yellow and white smoke, the colors of the Holy See flag. During his two-day visit, the Pope is due to meet leading Muslim clerics and hold an open-air mass. Now, this historic papal trip is aimed at turning a page in Christian-Muslim relations in the region. Have a look.
For many of the 1.5 million Catholics in the United Arab Emirates, it's the stuff of dreams. The idea of the Pope visiting the Arabian Peninsula, the birthplace of Islam, was unthinkable a few years ago. Pope Francis was invited by Abu Dhabi's rulers. Local parish priest Reinhold Zahner says the pontiff wants to foster tolerance and promote a moderate brand of Islam.
It's definitely a signal that he wants to build bridges. He wants to say, look, Islam is changing, it can change, and it also wants to change.
The Emirates have declared 2019 as the Year of Tolerance. And there's a lot of symbolism in the invitation.
I am sure it will enhance the relationship between different religions, not only between Islam and Christianity, which that's how it should be, but his visit is a historic visit.
Pope Francis will be in the Emirates for 3 days. He's expected to address a series of issues, including the lack of legal rights for foreign workers. But the fact a Pope will lead a Catholic service on the Islamic Arabian Peninsula is a sensation in itself.
So let's get more on this visit. We are joined by Martin Gack, DW's religious affairs analyst. This is the first papal visit to the Arabian Peninsula, Martin. Really? Why did it take so long?
Yes, this is a pope of many firsts, as people have repeated over and over the last few years, and this is actually the first trip to the area. This is an area that was essentially out of the Vatican sort of immediate purview because the population of Catholics is actually quite low, but it has become actually a hotspot of great political importance because much of the power is projected from the Arabic Peninsula, and because in the general region, Christians in general have come under enormous pressure from different conflicts and different governments, etc. So this has become actually a very important place or a very important focal point for the Vatican for at least now about 10 years or so.
And I mean, he says that he wants a new chapter, in fact, in Christian-Muslim relations in the region. How does he plan on achieving that?
Well, I think that to some degree he has been fostering this Vatican, especially through several of its internal institutions, has been fostering closer relations with several Muslim organizations sort of around the region, but particularly sort of an inter-religious dialogue. At the very same time, what is true is that the Vatican has had a very powerful and very effective diplomatic machine that has deployed in several conflicts around the world. And, you know, we are seeing, of course, on the top of the table, so to say, on our screens, we're seeing actually the pageant, but, you know, behind closed doors, what we're going to probably hear as months progress is sort of all the conversations and all the dialogue and all the negotiations.
Well, let's talk about one of those conversations that might potentially happen, because, I mean, he has condemned the United Arab Emirates' involvement, for example, in the conflict in Yemen. Now he's in Abu Dhabi. Are we likely to see more pressure put on by the Pope?
Well, I mean, he actually made himself very clear even yesterday at noon during the Angelus as he was preparing himself to leave to the Middle East, I mean, to the United Arab Emirates. He said that basically this was a complete humanitarian catastrophe, and without mentioning the country by name, I mean, he clearly said that he was there essentially in a mission to try to bring peace. The thing about this papacy and the way that this papacy has operated in international conflicts, and has done it, by the way, very efficiently, as they did in Cuban-American relations, as in the Syrian front, when they actually negotiated essentially the U.S. Stop from advancing into the country, something that we only find out many months later. So We have the people on the ground negotiating, and then the results are really the first things we see. So I don't really expect to hear great pronouncements over the next 2 days, but I do think that this kind of operations tend to have an effect on global politics a couple of months thereafter, and that's when you know that something happened.
Fascinating stuff. Martin Gack walking us through it as the Pope, as we mentioned, as he is visiting that area of the world. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
There's a new generation that is seeking new face. There's a new generation that is taking your place. Lord, we surrender to your will, let it be done. Come this day. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. In the beginning, God made everything. God simply spoke and the world came to be. He sent a flood and made everything new. He parted the sea and let his people walk through. He helped a boy bring a giant right down. Joshua marched, the walls fell to the ground. These acts of power are worthy of praise. But if you want to question my God and his ways, I'll look you in the eye and say, my God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing my God cannot do. My God is so big and so strong and so mighty. There's nothing.
Heard in Abu Dhabi, we want to be heard across the world. Make some noise! Beautiful moment, we are all here today to share. No matter where you're from, we want to welcome you here to the United Arab Emirates. It is an honor to be here this morning and be a moment that we'll be remembering for the rest of our lives. We know a lot of you are on Instagram. Make sure you tag us. We want to see these videos go worldwide. We'd like to welcome the world's media here in front of us as well, who are projecting this message of tolerance, not only across the United Arab Emirates, but across the entire world. No matter the nationality or the religion, we are here today under one roof once again.
in